The big rotation from Bitcoin to Ethereum starts right now, and I have been heavily betting with multi-million-dollar trades on Ethereum on this massive rotation, and it looks to be that Ethereum is finally starting to break out. It is finally coiling up again here, and that we are about to get one of the largest moves where you can arguably not miss out on, because all the data right now shows us clearly there is something big about to happen right here, and this is going to be a trade you don't want to be missing, because this trade is already getting taken by big institutions. So a lot to discuss on today's update video. I will also discuss 3 coins I am currently buying outside of Ethereum that I think will be doing extraordinary on the way up here. And with that being said, don't forget to once again slap on the like button back above 1000 likes for this extra video today, and let me get started straight away in towards this massive update video. So if you've been watching my videos lately, you do know that I've been opening up big trades on Ethereum. I showed you guys my trades before, also on the exact bottom. Also, if you've been watching my channel for over a month right now, you did know that I was heavily accumulating Ethereum on the lower side, and that, of course, I am expecting on the next big breakout outside of this range, we are most likely going to be flying up to $4,000. Well, that sounds, of course, all very interesting, but I have got even more data points and even more proof why I think Ethereum is about to absolutely explode here. So let me straight away dive in towards this chart, because this is the chart Bitcoin valued against ETH. And you can see, first of all, on that monthly top side, we're seeing Ethereum exactly touching the high again here. And ever since that, we came down quite rapidly. And on the RSI, which is even more interesting, we are right now seeing that, of course, in the middle here, we've got the moving average of the RSI. And basically, whenever the RSI breaks above this level, it is when Bitcoin season starts. And basically, always whenever the RSI breaks below this level, it means it is Ethereum's season, because the value on this chart is Bitcoin against Ethereum. And of course, if Bitcoin is very strong against Ethereum, it is Bitcoin season, and vice versa the other way around here. And like you can see, this signal has been very accurate on predicting Bitcoin and Ethereum seasons. And now once again, the RSI on the monthly time frame has been rapidly coming down here. The chart is also coming down very heavily, and this is indicating the start of Ethereum season. So a very big chart that is telling us a very big story right now here, because of course in many previous videos I talked about how we are right now entering the last part of the cycle, how about like we are right now probably in the last 3 to 4 months of this Bitcoin cycle. And usually in the last period of the cycles, that is at least in 2017, is where the major altcoin season happened. And so far, we have indeed not seen an altcoin season, but many things are coiling up against Ethereum. For example, also the Solana against Ethereum valuation. We're seeing a massive triple or even quadruple bearish divergence getting created on the weekly time frame. And at the same time, we're seeing major institutional shifts happening on the ETF data, because on the Bitcoin ETF, we're starting to actually see some outflows, but on the Ethereum ETF, we are hitting consistent and record inflows every single time yet again here. So there's a big shift happening right now here. And of course, if we do know how Bitcoin and altcoin cycles work, it is always at the later stage of the cycle where altcoins tend to be catching up here. And it's usually first Bitcoin that tends to be doing well, and then it's only Ethereum. And yes, on like many videos before, on the exact bottom, I've been opening up this trade on Ethereum, not only on Bybit, but also here on Pionex, which you could have exactly copied, because I left a link in my video description on how you can, on where you can exactly copy my Ethereum bot. If you did so, congratulations, because in many videos before, I think even in this video as well, I was still in a loss here, or here it was 3% in a profit. But in many videos as well, I showed that my trade was in a loss. But currently, I will still remain to hold this trade here, and I will fully exit my trade whenever Ethereum hits $4,000. And that is going to be the same case for my trade here on Bybit, because in the last period, I've been accumulating so much Ethereum here on Bybit, especially around those bottoms, for about $300,000 to $400,000. I've also actually already withdrawn some Ethereum from my account, but I've been making a significant amount of profit. And also for the rest of my Ethereum, I'm holding quite a big bag of it. But personally, I will almost go fully out on $4,000. And I've got some personal reasons to do so, because yes, if you're maybe buying Ethereum right now, it doesn't maybe make sense to go full out on $4,000. But I've been buying so much Ethereum, not only over here, but also in the bear market before, but especially on this region right here, because I've been making so much videos about Ethereum and about how I was accumulating my trades there. But yeah, I've been accumulating heavily Ethereum. And I personally think $4,000 was always my target. And if I reach that, I flip like from 4 to 500,000 US dollars, all the way up to 2.5 million, and then I will just take my profit because I would have made a 5x here because I also did use some leverage. But if you are looking for a shorter term trade, which I'm also taking here on Pionex because I'm using the volatility from my analysis for sure, you can still copy my trade here. And if you of course sign up an account to Pionex, you can get a free deposit bonus up to 1,000 US dollars upon registration. So make sure to check it out in the link description of today's video. But further on, we are right now finally starting to see the breakout of the region. Of course, the daily time frame hasn't closed yet here, but if we can start to close above this level right here, just like we did last time around here, I do expect somewhat of a gold-like candle is once again going to come here. And of course, why I'm saying the $4,000 is because that $4,000 level has been clearly the major resistance. This is even a little bit higher than $4,000, but of Ethereum in this market. And that is why I'm looking so closely towards this level right now here. And of course, you can see also here on the weekly time frame, we've tried to clear so many sell orders already. And now finally, we are having like the 5th attempt above this level. And of course, the more times you're going to be knocking on a certain door, the more likely it is going to be breaking higher. But really, the rotation on Ethereum is clearly to be seen here. I mean, we are right now seeing the major parabolica coming to an end here. And if you don't know how parabolicas work here, they go up very quickly towards the upside until they come down here. Then they come down like an elevator. So yes, that is very interesting to see. At the same time as well, on the monthly time frame on the ETH compared to Bitcoin valuation, you can just see that we're creating once again a higher low here, ever so slightly higher. But of course, it all aligns perfectly with the timing of this cycle. And this signal which we're getting right here, which I discussed in the beginning of the video, is a signal you absolutely cannot ignore. I mean, I've been seeing this coming for quite a while right now here. I've been literally opening up my trades on the top side right here, on the peak valuation from Bitcoin against ETH. The risk was almost not there here. Personally, I do really think the risk is increasing more and more as the market is going to be increasing. But for sure, I do still think there's a major upside potential. But with me expecting Ethereum is going to be obviously rise so quickly, I do also expect some other altcoins are going to be performing well here. So now I'm going to be going in towards my top 3 altcoins, which I think are going to be performing very well as Ethereum is going to be shooting towards the upside. And I'm going to pick altcoins that have been not performing very strong recently due to the poor performance of Ethereum, obviously. But I do believe these coins are going to be doing very well here. They're all different narratives. So the first one I'm going to start with is Arbitrum. I'm going to write it down here for the ones that don't understand it. It's ARB. And this one has been trading in a major downtrend right here. It's been trading in a lower high, lower low structure. But personally, the best and biggest gains are always realized on reversal structures. And I think right now, not necessarily, I am clearly seeing a reversal, but what I will be looking for of a confirmation is the break above 42 cents. And as soon as we do see that, we're going to see the confirmation of this break above this very critical level right here. And then we're going to be seeing a big push higher, in my opinion. The targets, realistically speaking, are going to be probably all the way up towards $1.20, which is going to be a solid 3x from off this point here. So that is the first one I'm looking at. It's a layer 2. It's trading below its listing price, so there's a lot of upside potential in my opinion for this pair right now. Then the second one is going to be Ethena. This is also once again a coin mainly built around the Ethereum ecosystem. It probably will be doing very well as funding rates are going to be rising, because basically what it does is doing arbitrage between funding rates. So as of course Ethereum is going to rise higher, as of course more people are going to be trading it, as of course more FOMO returns, I really think ENA has got very big potential as well here. It's breaking outside of the symmetrical triangle right now here, but ultimately what we're looking at is of course for the break above this horizontal high. If we do so, we could be once again in for a continuation towards the highs, but much higher than that, I don't really think it's going to come here. Of course, if you've been following the channel, I've been rapidly and very heavily accumulating ENA around this level right here. And for your proof, first of all, you can check it out on my Twitter page here. But I've been exactly selling the top on ENA and I've been exactly buying the bottom here. I want to show you all the trade history, but unfortunately I can only select till December 2024. But here, for example, you can also see the exact case here. I sold a lot of ENA around 71 cents, but I've also sold a lot around $1.20. And if you don't believe me, just search it on my Twitter page. If you do a deep dive in towards that, you can exactly find all the details. But I've been managing to sell the highs over here, and now I've been once again accumulating in the lows here. And of course, last bear market, I've been heavily accumulating also in those lows here. So personally, once again, I am putting my money where my mouth is here. And right now, the last coin I will be looking at is an AI coin. So once again, a different narrative, because I do think AI agents, AI coins will still do very well here. It is now still trading against a major level resistance, but as soon as it is going to be flipping above this level, I do think we could be in for once again a previous run towards the previous high here. I am not expecting 20x's, 10x's. No, I'm just looking for those safe 2 to 3x's and taking some leverage on top of it. So this is exactly what I'm currently doing. These are my top picks in the market right now. If you did enjoy this extra video on the channel, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel right now here. Slap up that like button. And if you did learn something from this, yes, guys, don't forget to share this video with your friends and family as well here. But anyways, I don't want you to miss out on this major rotation on Ethereum. I think we are seeing right now something happening what no one is actually talking about. I've been indeed screaming about Ethereum and on how excited I am about it, and I will continue to do so because I do believe we're going to get a run up to $4,000. I do believe we're going to be seeing Ethereum outperform Bitcoin and in at least the next period in the market. And yeah, I don't want to be missing out on it. So this is it for me in today's update video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.